2024 state champion St. John's Country Day. We've got a battle of the Knights and the Spartans going at it here in this Friday night fight. Let's send you down to the field now for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Your DH, number 8, Hunter Schlegel. Catcher, number 3, Connor Blazek. Third base, number 1, Parker Morton. Right field, number 13, Drew Williams. Center field, number 6, Michael Bisham. First base, number 7, Tavern Blancett. Second base, number 14, Joey Dugo. Shortstop, number 2, Aiden Benechek. Starting pitcher, number 12, Nick Romeo. Creekside's coaches are assistant coaches Chris Angelou, Darren Lester, Tony Mazzeo, Robbie McCloskey, and head coach Chris King. Now, fans, for your St. John's Country Day School Spartans. In center field, number 6, TJ Sunderhouse. Your catcher, number 10, Hunter Rogers. At shortstop, number 4, Preston Cole. Starting pitcher, number 9, Braden Harris. Right field, number 3, Nick Bowden. First base, number 5, Gibby Gillian. Second base, number 7, Jonas Wells. Third base, number 11, Cam Brown. Left field, number 21, Chandler Dantzler. Your assistant coaches are Damon Cole, Jordan Rooks, Tom Marsh, Rick Nauman, and your head coach of your St. John's Country Day School Spartans, Tom Lucas. Now, fans, we ask you to rise and remove your caps as we celebrate our country with the playing of the national anthem.
And it is time for baseball at St. John's Country Day. The Creekside Knights and the St. John's Country Day Spartans live on Schlick Sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. I am Noah Schlick bringing you tonight's action live, and let's get things started by taking a look at the batting order for the Creekside Knights. Creekside led off by Zach Jackson, followed by Hunter Schlegel and Connor Belozic. Morton Williams Bysham, the heart of the order, with Blancett, Romeo, and Benechek rounding things out. Creekside had a little bit of a two-game skid at the plate, but were able to bounce back with 7 runs against Beachside yesterday. They've been struggling recently with runners in scoring position, and that's what you got to watch tonight. They're going up against a true ace out on the mound, and a guy that most likely you're not going to have too many opportunities to score against. So Creekside is going to have to make sure that they take advantage of chances tonight. And taking a look at that man on the mound, it is Braden Harris, the Florida State commit, getting the start for St. John's Country Day. And he has been nothing short of dominant this season for the Spartans, standing at 6'2", 200. The junior's got a fastball in the high 80s to low 90s with a slider at 82 and a curveball at 79, according to Perfect Game. He's coming off of a complete game shutout against Providence. He went 7 innings, allowing 4 hits, no runs, struck out 10 while walking 2. This guy, the most he's allowed for hits in a game this season is 5. Most runs he's allowed in an appearance is 3. He is number 8 in the country in strikeouts with 85 and carries an ERA at 0.64. The defensive alignment behind Harris, Chandler Dantzler out in left with TJ Sunderhouse in center and Nick Bowden out in right. On the infield, Camden Brown, the third baseman, with Preston Cole at shortstop and Jonas Wells at second. Gibby Gillian, the first baseman, with Hunter Rogers, the new JU commit, behind the plate. Zach Jackson coming up to the plate for Creekside, trying to get things started off right. 81 degrees is our temperature here at first pitch, with the wind blowing at 10 miles per hour. The sun's starting to set out here at St. John's Country Day. Odd dimensions out here. You've got a very short porch out in right field, about 280 feet. It's a high fence, but one that the Knights have some guys who can drive it that way. If they're able to get a hold of a pitch, you've got a chance. Jackson takes ball 2, 2-0. Time of first pitch, 7 o'clock on the dot. 3-0 now on Zach Jackson. Harris, not a guy who walks too many players. He just did on 4 pitches. The leadoff man aboard for the Creekside Knights, and that brings up Hunter Schlegel. As I mentioned, Harris, a guy who's got a whip under 1 at 0.78 in 43 innings. He came into this one with just 14 walks. He walks the first man he sees in this game. And now Creekside got to find a way to take advantage of it. Setting up the top of the order with a runner on first and nobody out. Harris is set. Goes up and in on Hunter Schlegel. This is a very short backstop here at St. John's Country Day. Not too much space between me and home plate, so I got to watch what I say tonight. My main point I'm making by that is on a pass ball, no gimme on the base paths. In fact, I wouldn't recommend it going on a pitch to the backstop, especially with the catchers we have tonight in Belozic and Rogers. Curveball up above the zone, 2-1 on Schlegel. Creekside is a team that's very aggressive on the bases. Jackson's second in stolen bases on this team. However, with a good catcher behind the plate, could be more conservative tonight. Pickoff move, and back in time is Jackson. Right behind the plate in this one. Cool view, and you can hear that fastball sing as it goes into the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hunter Schlegel. Schlegel this season for the Knights comes in hitting .312 up at the plate. Pickoff move, and that one not in time. Jackson safe at first base. Rogers set up, down and away. Runner goes, pitch is a called strike 3, but the ball is dropped, allowing Jackson to advance into scoring position.
Number 3.
Judging by what Parker Morton's reaction was, just mouthed the word changeup, not something that is in the scouting report on Harris. Runner in scoring position with one away. Belichick up at the plate. First pitch swinging, caught him out in front of the slider for strike 1. Belichick coming off of a performance in which he reached base 3 times yesterday, 2 walks and a double. Here's the pitch. Up high. Ball 1. 1-1 is the count on Connor Belichick. Comes into this one hitting .523 OPS over 1,400. Good opposite field hitter, something to watch in this game. And the pitch. Down in the dirt. Jackson will stay put at second. 2 balls and a strike on Belichick. The Knights seen a lot of pitches early on, and that's something they've got to continue to do. You want to get into that bullpen and get Harris out of here as soon as possible, and he's done a nice job of going deep into ball games. 2 complete games this year, has gone at least 6 in 5 of his 7 starts. The least amount of innings he's gone in a start was 4.2 against Bishop Kenny. Curveball finds the zone on the inside part of the plate. 2-2 on the Knights catcher. Harris comes set. And the pitch. Thought about it and held back. Full count. Harris gets his sign and comes set. The pitch misses away. 2 walks in the first inning for Braden Harris. Brings up Parker Morton. Been very good up at the plate for Creekside. Batting average at .339, 12 RBIs on the season. Morton has been hitting .444 with runners in scoring position. He's got Jackson on second right now. Belichick on first. Want to stay out of the double play right here. But you want to put someone in the outfield is probably the mindset here for Morton. Line drive. Third baseman Camden Brown is in on the edge of the grass. First baseman Gilliand is back in his regular position. Showing bunt, pulling back and taking a strike. Both runners on the move. Throw to third. Not going to get Jackson. So now 2 in scoring position for Parker Morton. It's an 0-1 count. When he released that one, I thought it was going to get him. Throw a little bit behind the bag maybe. And a little high as well. Brown had to reach back to make the tag, and Jackson able to sneak in there in time. 2 ducks on the pond. Runners on second and third with 1 away. 0-1 on Morton. Down low, 1-1. Harris kind of teeters back and forth out there on the mound. moving before the pitch. Comes set for a moment and then fires. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Pocket radar next to me says 42 miles per hour. I don't buy that. Probably closer to 92. 2-strike count on Morton. And the pitch. Grounded back up the middle at shortstop. Fielded, the throw on to first is in time, but Creekside will push a run across on the ground out. It's 1-0 Knights. Well, that is huge. A pair of walks, you advance the runners, and a ground ball gets the job done. And that's what you got to do. Take what you're given. Find a way to get runs on the scoreboard. And now Drew Williams still with 2 outs and a runner on third.
13, Drew Williams.
Williams collected 5 RBIs last night against Beachside. He's got Belizik 90 feet away. 1-0 Creekside in the top of the first. Harris set and delivers. First pitch to Williams. Checked his swing and went around. 0-1. Second pitch to Williams. Below the zone, skips away from Rogers, but Belizik will stay put. You are going to have to get a perfect bounce as a runner to steal. The Knights were aggressive on a ball that got away earlier. Fishing down in the dirt, Williams comes up empty. 1-2 on the Creekside right fielder. That breaking ball, seen a lot of it early on. Goes to the curveball, and they rung him up to end the inning. But Creekside gets one on the board on the ground out from Parker Morton. Knights lead by 1. First chance for the Spartans when we return on Schlick Sports.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Game day is here. Does your lawn look like a winner or a losing team? At Captain's Lawn Services, we tackle overgrown grass, rough edges, and messy yards so you can focus on the big game. Our expert mowing, trimming, and edging will have your lawn looking championship ready all season long. Don't get sidelined by yard work. Call Captain's Lawn Services today and let us handle the groundwork while you cheer on your team. Captain's Lawn Services. Your lawn, our game. Let's take a look at the batting order for the St. John's Country Day Spartans. They're led off by TJ Sunderhaus, followed by Hunter Rogers and Preston Cole. Braden Harris, Nick Bowden, and Gibby Gillian in the heart of the order, with Jonas Wells, Camden Brown, and Chandler Dantzler rounding things out. Climbing the mound for Creekside, Nick Romeo. The senior stands at 6'0", 185. Picked up the win in his last performance, coming off a game against St. Joe's in which he went 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. He's got an ERA right at 1 over his last 3 starts with 17 strikeouts in 14 innings pitched. Ground ball to third. Morton's got it. Throws to first and sets down Sunderhouse for out number 1. Romeo's forcing some softer contact recently. Going to want to keep that going here. We've got a lineup change for Creekside, as the one I had received had Romeo at second and batting 8th, but Joey Dugo is out there. So he could slide into that 8th spot for Creekside. We'll have to see. Hunter Schlegel is the DH. So Romeo's not there. The 1-0. Ball 2. Hunter Rogers, the catcher, committed to be the JU Dolphin earlier this week. Takes a strike. 2-1. Rogers at the plate this season, hitting .312 with 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. If you're a lefty up at the plate, you like this yard. This St. John's Country Day team, 19 home runs on the season. Full count on the catcher. Here's the pitch. Chop foul off the plate. St. John's Country Day has done a really nice job up at the plate this season as a team, hitting .307. The pitch, up and in, ball 4. 1 out base runner, Hunter Rogers, brings up Preston Cole. Time now to take a look at how Creekside lines up defensively. They've got Jackson Bisham Williams in the outfield. Only change out there, Romeo on the mound and Joey Dugo out at second. Morton at third, Benechek at short, Blandstedt at first, and Belizik behind the plate. Preston Cole, the sophomore, with a perfect game grade of 8.5. He's hitting .397, leads the team in on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and OPS, as well as home runs. Getting on base the 500 mark this season. 0-1 is the count. 1 on, 1 out, 1-0 Creekside with the lead. Ground ball out to short, could be 2. Benechek to Dugo for 1, throw on to first, got him! It's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Romeo keeps him quiet in the first after surrendering the walk. Knights lead 1-0 after 1 on Schlick Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Top of the second inning, Michael Bysham showing a bunt, pulls back, and takes ball one to kick off the top of the second inning. No hits for Creekside, but 1 run in the first. They were able to push one across after Jackson reached on a walk, as well as Connor Belizik. Both advanced into scoring position, and Morton brought home Jackson on a ground out to short. This is a night where the Knights will take anything they can get. Probably going to need a really good performance out on the mound as Bysham shoots this one down the right field line. That's a fair ball, chance for 2. Bysham on his way, trying for a double, and he is out at second base. What a throw in right field by Nick Bowden. At any other ballpark, that's a double. But here at St. John's Country Day, it's a risk when you take that turn for 2. And credit to Bowden as well, making a really good play out in right field, put that throw on the money. No chance for Bysham to extend that into a double. I don't really get the send there, especially with Bysham's ability to steal. I'm sure the Knights will be a little more cautious with that from here on out, as it's quickly 0-2 on Tavern Blancett. It is Joey Dugo on deck. His first start as a Creekside Knight. Upstairs, 1-2 on Tavern Blancett. One out in the top of the second. Up and away. The wind and the offering. Blancett sends it foul and into the woods, which aren't too far behind that third base line. I'm sure there's a plethora of balls back there. You go digging, you're going to find a lot. It's like living on a golf course. You get a lot of free golf balls in your backyard. At least when I'm on the tee box. Swing and a miss. 2 down after the strikeout. Brings up Joey Dugo. Creekside enters this game with a record of 15-7. St. John's Country Day 14-7. The Spartans rank 40th in the state, near the top in Class 1A, as Dugo takes a ball down low. Dugo at the dish, 1 for 4 this season. Picked up that hit against Bowles. The 1-0 on the way. Make it 2-0. Harris trying to find the strike zone in a 2-0 count. Dugo fights one back. The 2-1 offering on the way. Couldn't get the heater. 2-2. 2-2 count with 2 away in the top of the second, and Dugo down swinging to end the inning. Creekside does get a hit, but nothing else as Harris faces the minimum after the play from Bowden and a pair of strikeouts in the top of the second.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Jacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks. High school football, the Jacksonville Armada. And don't forget, the Brett and Austin Show. They're all in on Trevor. Of course. Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Taking a look there at St. John's Country Day head man Tom Lucas, one of the few head coaches who do not patrol the bases when his team is up at the plate. Lucas, one of the top coaches in the area, the 2024 2A Coach of the Year, led St. John's Country Day to their first state title last season and the first in Clay County history. Swing and a miss from Braden Harris, the pitcher up at the plate. Romeo surrendered a walk, but faced the minimum in the first after he got the double play. Nice catch there by Belizik, out number one. Now that was off the netting. 0-2 on Harris. Very good up at the plate as well. Hitting .311 with 11 RBIs. Takes one in on the hands and shoots it foul. St. John's Country Day has had their fair share of two-way talent. Most recently, you think of Bradley Hodges. The 0-2 pitch from Romeo. Into the zone for strike three. One away in the bottom of the second. Romeo, this season for Creekside, 7 appearances, all of them starts. He's gone 28 2/3 with a 3-2 record and came into this one with an ERA at 3.42. He has been terrific, especially recently for Creekside. He had a couple rough outings early in the year, but starting to find his rhythm out there on the mound. He got the start last time Creekside came out here to St. John's Country Day, and one start he'd probably like to forget. Off to a nice start here. 0-2 count on Nick Bowden. Shoots one to second. Dugo's got it. Throw on to first in time. 2 away. Well, if Romeo can do that, he's going to have a nice night. Limit pitches, throw strikes, and force soft contact. We've already seen 3 ground balls on the infield that weren't necessarily hard hit. Romeo's not the biggest ground ball pitcher typically. Tonight is one where he's going to want to keep balls out of the air. Just under 50% ground balls from hitters against Romeo, which is a solid mark. He's got that up quite a bit from the start of the season. That first start he had against Providence, there was nothing hit on the ground against him. Everything was in the air. The 1-1 pitch. Just inside on Gibby Gillian, the first baseman. 2 away and a 2-1 count. The pitch from Romeo. And at 79, swung on and missed, 2-2. 2-strike count. Romeo shakes off a sign, goes into the windup. Takes a long pause. Time called. Little smirk from Romeo after that one. Channeling his inner Nestor Cortez right there. Now the 2-2. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike three. 1-2-3 inning for Nick Romeo. Knights up by one after two. Triple Crown Fence is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports. Transform your space with our high-quality fences. Whether you're looking for privacy, security, or a touch of elegance, we've got you covered. At Triple Crown Fence, we pride ourselves on craftsmanship and durability. Our expert team ensures a seamless installation process so you can enjoy peace of mind and enhance your property's curb appeal. Call us today at 305-331-9377 for a free estimate. Your dream fence is just a phone call away. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon. There is the Knights head coach, Chris King, who's been playing a little camera tag with me unintentionally in between the innings, trying to get a shot of him. He keeps walking all over the place to the dugout, out and around, getting his steps in. In his 8th season as the Knights head coach, picked up career win 130 last night against Beachside. And looking for 131, top of the 3rd inning. And the Knights with the lead over St. John's Country Day, 1-0. 9-1-2, Benechek, Jackson, Schlegel coming up for the Knights. Benechek up to the plate, swings and misses. Fastball at 88. The 0-1 takes a ball. Creekside riding a 5-game win streak into this one. As this one back up the middle, gloved by the second baseman Wells, throw to first, just in time. What a play at second base. Takes a hit away from Benechek. One away, and that brings up Zach Jackson. He walked his first time up. Creekside enters this game 15-7. They rank 19th in the state, 8th in Class 7A. St. John's Country Day, number 40 in the state. Got a top 50 matchup, something that Creekside is very familiar with this season. Barehanded by Rogers. Good play on the bunt. 2 away. Sprung out from behind the plate, barehanded it, wasted no time. 2 gone.
Number 8, Hunter Schlegel.
St. John's Country Day, 14-7, coming off of an 8-5 loss to Richmond Hill on Wednesday. Both these teams have faced Lowndes this week. St. John's Country Day beat them 7-2 on Monday. Creekside 2-1 on a walk-off balk on Wednesday. Into the zone with the fastball. Schlegel behind 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is shot out to left field, backtracking Danzler towards the wall. He makes the catch, running into the fence. Good contact going the other way from Hunter Schlegel, but Danzler makes the play to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Knights in the 3rd. Back after these messages on Schlick Sports. For all your mortgage needs, contact Troy Silhan with Loan People Mortgage. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, 10-time buyer, need down payment assistance, or are looking to invest in real estate, give Troy a call at 904-217-9489. Loan People Mortgage is a top mortgage lender here in Northeast Florida that can help you with your home purchase or refinance needs. FHA, VA, conventional, and jumbo loans are just a few of the things Troy Silhan and Loan People can help you with. Give Troy a call today at 904-217-9489. Bottom of the third inning, 7-8-9. Wells, Brown, Dantzler coming up for St. John's Country Day, trailing 1-0. Romeo off to a nice start, faced the minimum through 2. Just 1 hit so far between the two sides. And funny enough, that did not come in the inning where Creekside scored a run. 1-0 count. Wells sends this one to third. Back pick, Morton across the diamond, makes the play. Took a hop up over the base. Morton gloved it. Quickly transferred and made a solid throw over to Blancett. St. John's Country Day, 6-4 at home this season compared to 7-2 on the road, 1-1 in neutral site games. They are 2-4 over their last 6 contests at home. I'm sure they'd like to be doing a little better job of defending their home field. They've had some very tough matchups, though. Behind that pitch, 0-2 on Camden Brown. Brown hitting .133 this season with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. The pitch. Down and away, 1-2. The wind and the pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Swings and miss. Looked like the slurve inside had him fooled. Quickly 2 away in the bottom of the third. Brings up Chandler Dantzler. Hitting .294 on the season with OPS at .714. 5 RBIs for Dantzler. He's got the Where's Home podcast. They do some great work covering local high school baseball. Really impressive what he's been able to build there. Had the LBC last year, local baseball classic. Threw that together in just the span of a few weeks. Ended up being a great event with some of the top talent in the area. Tom Lucas was one of the coaches in those games. 1-2 to Dantzler. Taken down and in. Romeo thought that was strike 3. I think that one missed inside, 2-2. Two outs, and the 2-strike offering from Romeo. Swung on and missed, strike three. Another 1-2-3 inning for Nick Romeo. 1-0 still the score after 3 at St. John's Country Day.
Planning your next getaway? Don't leave your vacation up to chance. Step up to the plate with the veteran-owned, award-winning Dapper Travels. We cover all the bases, from luxury cruising to authentic European experiences, making sure your trip is a grand slam. No strikeouts, no curveballs, just smooth sailing and first-class service. So before you swing and miss on travel plans, scan the code on the scoreboard or visit www.dappertravels.com and let's knock your next vacation out of the park.
Do your feet constantly hurt you and you're not sure what to do? Come see Dr. Bradley Herbst, a board-certified podiatrist at Podiatry Associates of Florida. Dr. Herbst specializes in the treatment of foot and ankle problems, including diabetic foot care, ingrown toenails, hammer toes, bunions, fractures, and more. We're ready to take care of you and keep your feet and ankles healthy. Come see us on San Jose Boulevard in South Mandarin. Call to make your appointment today at 904-268-6993. This game moving along. We've already hit the top of the 4th inning. And Creekside, this is an inning where I feel like they'd like to do some damage. They've got Belizik leading things off. Belizik, Morton Williams, 3-4-5. Up by 1. Romeo throwing a gem thus far. 4 strikeouts through 3 innings for Nick Romeo. Harris out on the mound has allowed 1 hit, 1 run. First pitch to Belizik. Curveball into the zone. Strike 1. But this is an area of the lineup where Creekside would like to see some production here and try to push something across in the 4th. Quickly 0-2. Harris struggled a little bit to find the zone early on, but he has settled in. And he sets down Belizik on 3 pitches. Brings up Parker Morton. RBI ground out for him his first time up. Brought home the lone run of the game so far for the Creekside Knights. That was pitch number 47 from Braden Harris. He set himself up to go deep into this game. Morton lines this one to left, right at Chandler Dantzler. Good contact off the bat, but right at the left fielder. 2 down. Drew Williams stepping up to the plate. A strikeout victim his first time up. Harris, known for the strikeout pitch. If you missed early on, he's number 8 in the entire country in strikeouts with 85. Ground ball out to second, fielded cleanly, and Wells makes the play to end the inning. Quick work for Braden Harris against 3-4-5 in the Knights' order.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Game day is here. Does your lawn look like a winner or a losing team? At Captain's Lawn Services, we tackle overgrown grass, rough edges, and messy yards so you can focus on the big game. Our expert mowing, trimming, and edging will have your lawn looking championship ready all season long. Don't get sidelined by yard work. Call Captain's Lawn Services today and let us handle the groundwork while you cheer on your team. Captain's Lawn Services. Your lawn, our game. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for the Creekside Knights. They've got games Thursday, Friday to finish out the regular season next week. First, they'll travel to Bishop Kenny Thursday at 6:30, then Friday at 7. The Knights will head down to DeLand to take on the Bulldogs. You can catch both those games live on Schlick Sports. Creekside 11-1 since their losses to Bartram Trail. Their lone loss coming to Spruce Creek. They've won 5 straight since then and trying to stay hot, keep the win streak going into the playoffs. They lead the Spartans 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The leadoff man, Sunderhouse, up to the plate, swings and misses, 1-1. Grounded out to third his first time up. Shoots this one to second. Dugo's got it. Throw to first. Just in time. Good hustle down the line, but not enough to beat out the throw. 1 out in the 4th. Romeo has been efficient. We've got a big-time pitcher's duel going on right now. With 1 away in the 4th, Romeo 38 pitches against a very tough lineup. He's been able to face the minimum so far. Check swing. I think that would have been called strike anyways. 0-1. Hunter Rogers reached base on a walk his first time up. Romeo's been filling up the zone since then. Ahead 0-2 in the count. Choking up on the bat is Rogers. And the pitch got him swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Nick Romeo. 2 down in the 4th. Now Preston Cole coming up. Grounded into a double play back in the 1st. Big frame for a sophomore. First pitch, strike 1. Romeo working fast. Gets strike 2 in there, 0-2. 0-2 count. Here's Romeo. Just outside. Cole very clear that he did not think that was a strike. Maybe that was the umpire. Someone said no very loud. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards short. Benechek's got it. Throw to first. Got him! No, it's dropped. And now the question, is that a hit or an error? The throw beat him. Blansett had to stretch. What's the scoring? It is a hit, the first of the game for St. John's Country Day. And that retires a streak of 9 straight retired by Nick Romeo. Braden Harris up at the plate. Strikeout victim his first time up. First pitch swinging, shoots one foul. Back to the netting, 0-1. Pickoff move and not a play at first. Two high-powered offenses that have been held quiet by the pitchers tonight. And the pitchers facing off right now. Romeo versus Harris. Strike two. 0-2 count on Braden Harris. Here's the pitch. Stays alive. Still a 2-strike count. And the pitch. Up and away. 1-2. Romeo set. The kick and the pitch. Sent the other way, out of play. Romeo uses that slide step out of the stretch that makes it really tough on runners. Tough as is with the lefty on the mound. There have been no stolen bases against Romeo over 30 innings now in the season. 2 outs, 2 strikes. We'll see if they send him. They do not. This one is smoked out to right center. That ball is down off the wall. Fielded by Bysham, throws to the cutoff man, and there'll be runners at the corners with 2 away. Runners on first and third for Nick Bowden. Back-to-back singles for the Spartans. Courtesy runner out at first is Ethan Bissell. Tom Lucas going to now chat with Bowden. And Romeo and Belzik will talk out on the mound.
Let's go, boys.
1-0 ball game, tying run 90 feet away for St. John's Country Day. Two on, 2 out. First pitch, up and in. Fastball just high. Ball 3, 3-0. I expect a pitch to hit right here. After setting down 9 in a row, back-to-back 2-out singles for the Spartans, and a 3-0 count on the right fielder Bowden. The 3-0 had the green light, swings and fouls one away. Three 3-1 count on Bowden. The pitch caught the zone, 3-2. Full count. 2 on, 2 out. Knights trying to hold on to the lead. Runner on first will be on the go. The pitch. Shot foul to the dugout. I think everyone avoided that. Romeo takes a breath. shakes off a sign, shakes off another, and steps off. Set. Another payoff pitch. Outside, ball four. That one skips away. Runner coming home, and he will score. Tied up. Runners now on first and second. 3 straight have reached. Gillian trying to keep it going. Now Chris King out to talk with Romeo as well, and the entire infield for that matter. Come on, Parker. There he comes. Gillian coming up to the plate. Struck out his first time up. This order having a little more success second time around. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the infield. Morton makes the catch and ends the inning. But a 2-out rally for St. John's Country Day ties us up. It's 1-1 going into the 5th.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Shacks 24/7. All sports, all.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Happy Pools, Jacksonville's hometown pool service. At Happy Pools, we care enough to know your name when you call, but we're also big enough to handle all your pool care needs. Right now, new customers get their first 3 months of service for just $99 a month when you mention this ad. Text Creekside 25 to 904-980-8512 to see if you qualify and see why more local families trust Happy Pools to keep their pool happy. Top of the 5th inning, and we are now tied up 1 apiece. Michael Bysham up to the plate. Takes up and in. Ball 1. Bysham with the lone hit so far for Creekside. Was thrown out trying to extend it to a double. Shoots one back up the middle and into center, and he's got single number 2. That's 2 times Bysham has made nice contact off of Braden Harris. He's been swinging it well recently. Making good contact up at the plate. Brings up Tavern Blansett. Go ahead, run on first with nobody out. Knights have got to find a way to get him home. And they've got to find a way to see some more pitches as well. Because right now that pitch count more than comfortable for Braden Harris.
Next up, number 7, Tavern Blansett.
Third baseman Brown ready for a bunt. Up and away. 1-0. Down low, 2-0. If the Knights were to send anyone, it would probably be Bisham. But this is not a great combo between a 90-mile-an-hour flamethrower on the mound and a D1 catcher behind the plate. Pickoff move, and Bisham is back safely. Two-0 the count. Up and away, 3-0 on Tavern Blancett. The Knights would be more than happy to take a walk right here and put a runner in scoring position. And that's where I think you'd see the bunt. The 3-0. Ball 4, he walked him. Oh! Lil down low, didn't get the call in the batter's box, did on the mound. Three and one, we'll have to wait as a move to first. There is a man up and moving for St. John's Country Day in the bullpen. Looks like a big lefty throwing. Three one, into the strike zone and fouled away, make it 3-2. Full count on Blancett. Runner on first. Another pickoff move. Had a better chance there at Bisham, but the throw was offline. Caught him leaning a tad bit. After the pickoff move, Harris comes set. And another pickoff move. Good pick over there at first base by Gillian. A long pause before the 3-2. Line drive into right. Gonna be a play, maybe at second. No, it's fumbled in right field. Back-to-back singles for Creekside in the top of the 5th inning. A 3-2 fastball, and Blancett was ready for it. Tom Lucas gonna go chat with Harris now on the mound. 2 on, nobody out. Joey Dugo coming up to the plate. And I'd be anticipating a bunt. Apparently 94 miles per hour off the bat of Tavern Blancett. Not too shabby. Joey Dugo coming up to the plate. Blancett on first, Bisham on second. Long conference out on the hill. Joey Dugo struck out his first time up in a 2-2 count.
Number 14, Joey Dugo.
Two on and nobody out. First time Harris has felt some pressure since the first inning. Dugo showing bunt. Pickoff move to second, and Bisham back in time. Everyone's anticipating the bunt now. You got to get it down. And it's got to be a good one, too, with the force outs. Ball skips to the backstop from the bullpen. Good retrieval there. Getting a good bunt down off of this, easier said than done. Here it comes. Dugo pulls back, and it's called a strike. That's one where probably got to lay that one down. You can't take that pitch when you're trying to get a bunt. As that was a strike. Tried to go at that one, pulled back. What's the call? And he did go. Oh, and 2. We'll see if they still try for the bunt. 0-2 count. Harris set. Dugo still showing bunt. And another pickoff move. Harris taking a look at his wristband. Takes the sign. And he's set. Dugo pulls back and takes a ball. Aiden Benechek is on deck. 1-2 the count. 2 on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Pulled back, and it is 2-2. Twos all around, 2 on, 2-2 count. Guess not all around, no outs. I have received my statement. Dugo pulls back and takes another one low. The count is full. Don't want to walk him when he's trying to get down a bunt. A lot of pressure to throw a strike right here. Dugo gets it down, and it's a good one. Dugo's going to have a bunt single. How about Joey Dugo? 2 strikes, and he gets it down for a bunt. A bunt single on a 3-2 count. And now the base is loaded with nobody out. Bases juiced, a man at every station for Aiden Benechek. The entire infield in, they're not playing for a double play. Jonah Libby is going to come in to run for Tavern Blancett. Big chance for the Creekside Knights. Got to get some runs right here. Benechek probably looking to put something in the air. A line drive or a fly ball to the outfield. Knights have loaded the bases on Harris. Ball 1 is low. 3 straight singles, 1 a bunt single. Time called at the plate. Benechek grounded out his first time up. If he put it in the same spot on the infield, that would get it done with the infield in. Checks his swing, did not go. And they're checking. He did not. He sent one that was kind of right off. Might be a chance for a play on Wells. Chance of him putting it in the exact same spot or low. I don't know why. I'm still analyzing that. Ball low, 3-0. Braden Harris has got to make a pitch. Go ahead run 90 feet away. Bases loaded and a 3-0 count. The wind and the pitch. Strike one. 3-1 hitters count for Benechek. Here it comes. Chopper back towards short. The throw will go home. It hops and it's to the backstop. Bisham scores, and it's 2-1 Creekside. Everyone is safe on the errant throw. Cole had to handle it quick. That's a throw he probably wishes he would have had back. 2-1 Creekside, bases still loaded, and it's back to the top of the order. Zach Jackson to the plate. Time called. Jackson has walked and grounded out on a bunt. Great play on that one from Rogers to get him out. Infield still in. First pitch swinging. It's a chopper to third. Throw will go home and get him. One away. If Hunter Schlegel did what he did last time, then the Knights will most likely have another run on the board, as he sent one all the way back to the wall in left field where Danzler made the catch. Double play defense corners in, and the middle infielder's back trying to turn two. Curveball inside, 1-0 on Schlegel. 2-1 ball game. Bases loaded. Second pitch to Schlegel inside. 2 balls, no strikes. This has been a spot where Creekside has struggled recently. 160 with runners in scoring position over the last 3. They were hitting .328 in that situation the rest of the season. And Schlegel trying to come through here. Takes one down and away. Catches the zone. Two balls, 1 strike. Braden Harris just said no to a sign. He knows what he wants to throw. Time called. He knows what he wants to throw. Let's see what it is. Curveball, called strike 2. Painted the black right there. Two and 2 to Schlegel. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a big one for Harris and the Spartans. Now it's Connor Belizik with the bases loaded and 2 away.
Next up, number 3, Connor Belizik.
The Knights have taken the lead, but this is a spot where they want more. Belizik walked in the first, struck out in the 4th. First pitch to Belizik, up high, 1-0. Second pitch away, and we've got a hitter's count, 2 balls to no strikes. Top of the 5th inning, 1 run already in for Creekside. And Tom Lucas calls time to go speak with Harris. We've seen some good matchups over the years. Some great games between the Spartans and Creekside. Last year, St. John's Country Day was down 4 heading into the 5th. Came back from down 2-0, took that game by a score of 4-3 with a 4-run 5th inning. The Knights lead the all-time series 4-3, but St. John's Country Day has won back-to-back years and 3 of the last 4. The Knights' most memorable win in my tenure here against the Spartans was when they were near top in the nation. They might have been the #1 team in the country when Creekside, in their lone losing season in program history, took them down. It was a very unprecedented upset. 2-0 pitch. Golf back. 2-1 on Connor Belizick. Nobody else Creekside would rather have up right now. The pitch. Swung on and sent to the Creekside dugout. 2-2. Two outs, and the base is loaded. Here's the pitch. Got him looking at strike 3. Creekside plates 1 in the 5th. They take the lead 2-1 when we return.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Shacks 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jacks, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brett and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor. Of course.
Download the Action News Jacks Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjacks.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Shacks 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Bottom of the 5th inning, and Nick Romeo back to working with a lead. 2-1, but Creekside maybe wishing they could have done a little more with the bases loaded in the 5th. We'll see if that comes back to hurt them or if 2 will be enough. It will be interesting to see how much longer Braden Harris will go. No one throwing right now for the Spartans. They were able to string 1 across. First 2 men went down in order in the 4th, but then back-to-back singles and a walk allowed a run to score on a pass ball. That was great base running from Preston Cole. You can't hesitate, and he was going from the moment that ball skipped away. think Nick Romeo just said he can't see what Belzic's putting down in the lighting. It does seem a little dark out here. Is it just me or is it a little dark with the lights? Two 0 on Jonas Wells. There's ball 3. Romeo trying to find the strike zone. The pitch. In there for strike 1. Wells grounded out his first time up to the plate. Shoots this one to right. Williams coming in, dives and makes the catch. Nice play by Drew Williams. That was one that looked to me like it was going to get down off the bat, but Williams looked pretty confident in that play all the way. Had to do a bit of a half slide right there, make the catch from his knees. Camden Brown now up. First pitch strike on the slurve. Down and in, 1-1. Struck out his first time up. One of 5 strikeouts for Nick Romeo. And there's strike 2. Getting a lot of movement is Nick Romeo. The 2-strike offering got him looking. Those off-speed pitches fooling hitters tonight, and especially right there, as he had Camden Brown really uncomfortable there in the batter's box. First pitch to Dantzler, in for a strike. Creekside 3-5 in games where they score less than 5 runs. They've got 2 on the board tonight. They've won some pitchers' duels here recently. In fact, 2 of their last 3 wins have come with less than 5 on the scoreboard. Fouled back. They won with 3 against Clay and 2 against Lowndes. The 0-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Blancett, the first baseman, makes the catch and ends the inning. Romeo puts him down. 1, 2, 3.
Triple Crown Fence is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports. Transform your space with our high-quality fences. Whether you're looking for privacy, security, or a touch of elegance, we've got you covered. At Triple Crown Fence, we pride ourselves on craftsmanship and durability. Our expert team ensures a seamless installation process so you can enjoy peace of mind and enhance your property's curb appeal. Call us today at 305-331-9377 for a free estimate. Your dream fence is just a phone call away. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their selection on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon.
That Knights dugout feeling good after the 1-2-3 inning, top of the 6th, up by 1. Creekside Baseball brought to you in part by Triple Crown Fence. Call today for a free estimate at 305-331-9377. Parker Morton taken down and away. Braden Harris back out there for the 6th. Was able to strand the bases loaded. The Knights loaded him up with nobody out in the 5th. Allowed only 1 to score. This is a really tough arm to face, but Creekside still struggling with runners on base and in scoring position in recent games. There was a point for a long time in the season where the Knights would get someone on and you feel like one always led to another. Right now, doesn't seem to be too much confidence right now in big spots. And again, Brandon Harris is no easy matchup. They're going to have a leadoff man on in the 6th as Morton draws the walk. There was a lefty throwing earlier for the Spartans, but nobody there now in the bullpen. Drew Williams is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and the ground out. Hearing it from third base to sit on the breaking ball. Creekside's looked at a lot of those for strikes. Gets a fastball for a strike. The 0-1. Just misses for a ball and a strike. These teams have seen a lot of the same opponents this year. St. John's Country Day 3-4 against common opponents. Creekside 6-1. Williams sends this one to center, and Morton will have to retreat back to first on the flyout. 1 away. Michael Bysham, 2 for 2 at the pair of singles. He's been the only one to consistently get to Harris in this game. Caught a couple barrels. Oh, look, we got a bat. Can I catch that on the camera? Yeah, sort of. Not a baseball bat. Bat. Flying over the infield. Or is that a moth? I'm not sure. Yeah, it ain't working. 1 on, 1 out. Down low, 1-0. Harris has been struggling here to find the strike zone recently. He's using that heater a lot in the 6th inning. I don't think we've seen a breaking ball from him yet. 1 on, 1 out, and a 1-1 count. Make it 2-1. Bysham with the runner on first. Runner on the go. Pitch is swung on and missed. Throw to second. Got him. Morton thinks he got around the tag. Or he dropped it. I'm not sure what the argument is. But he clearly does not agree with it. Two and two now on Michael Bysham. Got him swinging. And that ends the inning. Creekside gets the leadoff man aboard. Fly out, caught stealing, and a strikeout sets him down. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Knights lead by 1.
For all your mortgage needs, contact Troy Silhan with Loan People Mortgage. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, 10-time buyer, need down payment assistance, or are looking to invest in real estate, give Troy a call at 904-217-9489. Loan People Mortgage is a top mortgage lender here in Northeast Florida that can help you with your home purchase or refinance needs. FHA, VA, conventional, and jumbo loans are just a few of the things Troy Silhan and Loan People can help you with. Give Troy a call today at 904-217-9489.
Creekside Baseball sponsored in part by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a call to change your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. We've got the top of the order coming up. 1-2-3, Sunder Haas leading things off, takes a strike. Creekside leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. They need 6 more outs. Romeo still out there. 1-1 on Sunderhouse. Still nobody in the bullpen. They're going to bring out Harris for the 7th. TJ Sunderhouse committed to Georgia Highlands. Swings and misses, 1-2. Leadoff man leading things off in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-strike offering. Here it comes. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Romeo jumping around. He's feeling good.
Next up, number 10, Hunter Rogers.
Brings up Hunter Rogers. The Spartans had 3 men reach and brought their lone run home in the 4th. Outside of that, they've been quiet. Just a 1-run game, though. One swing can change it, especially from this lefty up at the plate. The 0-1 takes it down and away. This is a St. John's Country Day team with 19 home runs this season. And Rogers has got 4 of them. The 1-1. Big swing. You know what he was thinking there. 1-2. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Shot foul off the end of the bat, stays alive. Romeo steps off. Wants to get that signal sequence again. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2-2. Romeo shakes off a sign. Time called at the plate by Rogers. What's the move with 2 strikes? Here it is. Late on the heater. Caught a piece of it, sent it foul. Spartans dugout making some noise. Same with Creekside. As this one is chopped through into right. It's a base hit. You can see Rogers point to that Spartan dugout. Running down that first base line. Not sure, from this angle it looked like Blansett might have had a play to field that on his own. Had the second baseman Dugo come over to get it. I'm not sure if Romeo got off the mound to cover. I think Blansett would have had a better chance at covering it, or gloving it. Preston Cole takes a strike. Singled and scored in the 4th. One on, one out. 1-1 the count. Up and away. 2 balls and a strike now. Romeo hoping for a ground ball. Doesn't get the call there. Now 3-1. Trying not to walk the tying run into scoring position. Here's the pitch. There's ball 4. 2 close pitches where he just doesn't get the call. Two on, 1 out. Those are 2 pitches that have been called for the most part in this game. And you could see Romeo not thrilled with it.
Number 9, Braden Harris.
Brings up Braden Harris, the pitcher, trying to help himself out. Got the tying run in scoring position. Takes a strike. One and one. Cole on first, the runner for Rogers on second, and that is Gavin Coffey. He earned the win against Creekside last year. The 1-1. Now 2-1. Two balls and a strike with 2 on. Romeo steps off. He's a guy who typically works pretty fast, but has slowed down a lot in recent innings. Swinging strike two. Harris wanted all of that one. 2-2. Romeo set for the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Down low, checked his swing and able to hold up. Full count. Christian Rodriguez up in the pen. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Big time K for Nick Romeo. 1 out away from getting out of the 6th. First pitch, strike one on Nick Bowden. Coffey in scoring position, representing the tying run. Bowden 0 for 1 with a walk. Pops this one up. That will escape foul. And Romeo's down. And he is hurt on the mound. Oh, we're going to step away.
Planning your next getaway? Don't leave your vacation up to chance. Step up to the plate with the veteran-owned, award-winning Dapper Travels. We cover all the bases, from luxury cruising to authentic European experiences, making sure your trip is a grand slam. No strikeouts, no curveballs, just smooth sailing and first-class service. So before you swing and miss on travel plans, scan the code on the scoreboard or visit www.dappertravels.com and let's knock your next vacation out of the park.
Nick Romeo went down, twisted his ankle, I think coming off the mound, not sure. But he's back up, moving around, tossed a couple warm-up pitches, and they've decided he's good to go. Just needs one strike to get out of the 6th. It was his foot he uses to push off the mound. One strike to get out of the inning. It's 0-2 on Nick Bowden. Here's the pitch. Up the middle and into center. Coffey's coming home. The throw from Bysham. Got him! No! And this is where we go to replay. Looking at this one in slow motion. Oh, he was out. They got him. This inning should be over. Instead, it's a tie game. And another runner in scoring position. That is a tough break. Oh, 1 on Gillian. Make it 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, up and away. Romeo still favoring that left foot. The 1-2 pitch. Pop foul out of play. Still 1-2 on Gillian. Romeo's 2-strike pitch. Chop towards third. Morton will tag him out to end the inning. But St. John's Country Day now arguing. Man, Creekside had him out at the plate. They call him safe, and we're tied up going into the 7th.
Do your feet constantly hurt you and you're not sure what to do? Come see Dr. Bradley Herbst, a board-certified podiatrist at Podiatry Associates of Florida. Dr. Herbst specializes in the treatment of foot and ankle problems, including diabetic foot care, ingrown toenails, hammer toes, bunions, fractures, and more. We're ready to take care of you and keep your feet and ankles healthy. Come see us on San Jose Boulevard in South Mandarin. Call to make your appointment today at 904-268-6993.
Time now for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a change on your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. New pitcher is Austin Stratman in for Braden Harris. Stratman this season for the Spartans got an ERA at 2.62 over 7 appearances and 29 innings. He's greeted by Tavern Blansett. Oh, and 1. Blansett singled his last time up. Stratman committed to UNF. Ball and a strike. Make it 1-2. Two-strike count on Tavern Blansett. Stratman into the wind. And the pitch. Foul tip, strike 3. Joey Dugo coming up with 1 out in the 7th. Had a bunt single his last time up. The 0-1 offering. Late swing 0-2. That fastball comes in hot from an awkward release point. Challenging on hitters. Here's the pitch. That will get to the backstop. One-two count. I just had a beetle fall on me. That's weird. 1-2. Foul tip. Gets to the backstop, and Dugo stays alive. I don't know where that thing fell from. I'm under a ledge in the press box. It fell on my shoulder and landed on my scorebook. Now we got a bat flying in front of home plate. The 1-2 swung on and missed for out number 2. Brings up Aiden Benechek with 2 away. Where's that? No, that's a moth.
Next up, number 2, Aiden.
I'm getting distracted. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 ball game. First pitch to Benechek. Down low, 1-0. Second pitch to Benny is skied to center, and the play will be made by Sunderhaus to end the inning. Knights down 1-2-3. St. John's Country Day with the chance to walk it off when we come back.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
Time for a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. When you are ready to make a call for your home or auto insurance, go to bwquote.com. Michael Bysham, the new man on the mound for Creekside. He relieves Nick Romeo, goes 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He struck out 8 while walking 3. Both starters with magnificent performances, going 6 innings. Neither will have a decision, as it's a bullpen game. Bysham gets ready to face 7, 8, 9, led off by Jonas Wells. And he takes a strike. Bysham, the night's closer in a tie ball game. 1-1. Two balls and a strike now on Wells. The second baseman for the Spartans. Ground out and a line out for him. Foul tip into the mitt. 2-2. Two-strike count. The pitch from Bysham. Fastball high. Count is full. Here's the pitch. Pop foul. Another 3-2 offering. Here's the pitch. Goes outside, and the winning run is aboard on the walk. Camden Brown being pinch hit for. This is Madden Williams coming up to the plate. The sophomore hitting .259, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Winning run on first base. There's a righty up and throwing for the Spartans. Pickoff move, and back safely is Wells. Showing bunt all the way. Now pulling back for a slash. 1-0. Creekside concerned with that runner on first, and for good reason. Don't want him in scoring position. The 1-0, in for a strike. That fastball at 86. Another pickoff move, and another time Wells is back in time. Here's the pitch. Check throw to first. They do not get him. Just snuck the hand in time. Pitch was a strike, 1-2. Two-strike count. Here comes Bysham. Curveball. Didn't get the bite.
Don't let the blue call this. Don't let it. White line to white line.
2-2 is the count. And the pitch. Outside, 3-2. You walked Wells. Can't walk Williams here. A lot of noise, runner goes, pitch, ball 4. I think that's one that probably gets the call without the throw down to second. Not much of a chance to frame it. Meeting out on the mound. Knights conferencing with the winning run on second base. The only one that matters is the one in scoring position. You do have the force out now at any base.
Next up, number 21, Chandler Dantzler.
Dantzler showing bunt. Trying to get that winning run to third. Up and away, pitch out. The play was to get the man on first. It's 1-0. Strike one. Glance it way in, coming in from first. Bunt goes foul, 1-2. We'll see if he sticks with the bunt. 2-strike count. He's showing bunt. Got to get it down. Here's the pitch. Up high, 2-2. Two count. There's the bunt. Bisham Fields, throw is at first, and they get the out. Gets it back to the top of the order. Dantzler with 2 strikes, gets the job done. The winning run 90 feet away. Sunderhouse coming up, and the Knights will intentionally walk him to get the force at any base. And that brings up Hunter Rogers with the bases loaded and a chance to win it. Rogers singled and scored in the 6th. Infield in for Creekside. The throw will be home. First pitch, foul back. Knocked down my water bottle. In all fairness, that was not the best spot for a water bottle. I'll keep it on the ground now. I had it leaned up against the netting. A strike on Rogers. Here's the pitch. Up high, 1-1. Count even, 1 apiece. Foul tip, strike 2. 1-2 count. Creekside trying to get it to extras. Hunter Rogers trying to send us home. Bisham set. Here's his 1-2. Up high, make it 2-2. Bases loaded, 1 away. Kick and the pitch. That one, home run distance, but about 75 feet foul. He was sitting heater. The 2-2. Popped up, and that will get out of play. Still 2-2. Sure, Bisham doesn't want to have this 3-2. I'd imagine he attacks the zone still. The 2-2 pitch again, and another foul ball. Good battle here between Rogers and Bisham. A lot of fastballs. Does he stick with it or go with the curve? The 2-2 again. Strike 3. Painted the corner. What a pitch from Bisham. Bases loaded, 2 away, and it's Preston Cole. Grounded into a double play, singled and walked. Two outs, bases juiced, showing bunt. That's a strike. That's an interesting play with the force at home, but one that Creekside would not have seen coming and would have forced probably Bisham to make a play coming off the mound. Diabolical. 1-1 after the fastball runs high. Had that one up at the letters, got to get it down. The 1-1, another high hitter. Two 2-1 count. Critical pitch coming up. Here it is. Foul ball, 2-2. Cole trying to walk it off. Bisham a strike away from sending us to extra innings. Two strike count. Bisham set. Here's the pitch. Down and away. He thought about it. Held that bat back. 3-2. Runners will be going. It all comes down to this. Everyone making noise. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. And St. John's Country Day walks it off. Good battle between the Knights and the Spartans. But in the end, St. John's Country Day prevails. Knights drop it by a score of 3-2. Back at it next Thursday against Bishop Kenny. We'll see you then on Schlick Sports for the final week of the regular season. But for now, I am Noah Schlicksup signing off, saying have a good night from St. John's Country Day.